service that is predictive and mobile. You're going to have AI that's kind of embedded everywhere. There's rapid amount of change that some of you are driving. I was an early investor in Viato, and it was my first exposure to dealerships and how entrepreneurial dealerships are. And now when people ask me, like, especially people from other countries, like, describe an entrepreneur in America, I'm like, you gotta meet a car dealer. You guys are the most entrepreneurial, most experimental group of people that I've been around. And when I'm in 20 groups, I'm amazed when some of the performance leaders stand up and say, here, I've tried this, this, and this, and here's what I'm doing. So I know I'm preaching to the choir about innovation, but what I want to do is kind of give you a framework to use as you innovate. And I think 20 years from now, when people are studying Elon Musk and saying, how did this guy become such an effective industrialist? And the academics will be studying this, it'll be 20 years from now, and the political stuff will be in the background, and the behavioral stuff will be in the background, and they may be more clinical about it. If they go ask people who worked with Elon, like, what was the big differentiator besides this algorithm? What made it work? And I will tell you, it's his sense of urgency. I knew, and Jay knew, because we worked together at Tesla, that every Tuesday Elon was going to show up, and he was going to meet with teams that were working on the most critical issues for the company, and they had to show forward progress. And as I sat in those meetings and I watched engineers bring their A game, because they're meeting with the CEO, so they're not bringing their B game and their C game. And that CEO is expecting progress, not quantum progress on a week-to-week basis, but incremental progress, kind of like Doug's team made. Mold that's this big, then this big, then this big. And what I watched the whole organization do was get wound around a weekly performance schedule, where they were showing results to the CEO on a weekly basis. He was able to communicate that urgency just by putting meetings on the calendar. And that weekly cadence, as I sat in those meetings, I thought to myself, I'm pretty sure the CEO of Ford, the CEO of Nissan, the CEO of VW is not in these weekly meetings, driving teams. And actually, you'll see there's an example in the book, being 2 steps ahead of the engineers that were trying to solve very difficult problems. I think this is what they'll point to 20 years from now and say, this algorithm was really powerful, but this weekly cadence was probably the secret ingredient.